And he's going to be stopped cold. Good coverage there by the kick team to bring that return to an abrupt halt. They run with a dangerous Saquon Barkley. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Gotta like that start. 14 yards to get him going.
On that last run, he's now hit the 6,000-yard mark for rushing yards in his career.
And moves him squarely into the top 100 rushers of all time. In fact, he can boast that he's rushed for over 1,000 yards more than Gale Sayers did in his career. And Gale Sayers was a Hall of Famer in a short career.
And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's second down. The Eagles at 11-1 now on the year. They've certainly found their groove of late, winners of 5 in a row.
And this team is absolutely playing their best football right now. This is the best that we've seen them play in a long time, partner. Sky's the limit as far as they're concerned. Their confidence really soaring.
And he'll get it down to the 47 here. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. They'll try to run for it with Barkley. He's not going to get there. That won't even be close. It was blown up in the backfield. And a loss of 3 to bring up 4th.
Just a simple run play there on 3rd and 1, but this D was up to the challenge and stopped them, bringing up 4th down.
And on their first drive, the offense staying out there. They're going to go for it on 4th. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. He's got his target. That's complete. And he's got this down a yard or two shy of the 40 before he's out of bounds. And the drive stays in motion with a nice 8-yard pickup on 4th. So this offense able to convert on 4th, and now a fresh set of downs here, 1st and 10. Hurts sets up to throw it. That one downfield for Dotson. And it's knocked away and incomplete. Jahan Dotson was the intended receiver, but it'll be second down. You look at this Carolina defense. Against the pass, they're toward the middle of the league, number 15 in the NFL.
So I'm prepping for this game. I kept asking myself the question, what's keeping this group from being top 10 in the league against the pass?
And?
Too many mistakes, especially little mistakes. And those add up into big mistakes. Big mistakes add up into points against you.
That's caught by the big tight end, Dallas Goedert. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Panthers' 21. A good pickup there at 22. Well, first drive here and the first time that we've called a big tight end's name, but I can assure you this, Charles, it won't be the last.
No, it won't, because when he gets going, now it opens up opportunities on the perimeter because that'll draw the defense towards him in the middle of the field. Now your wide receivers will get involved as this game goes on.
Hurts. And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked down and incomplete.
Well, a momentary speed bump there with that throw, partner. The defense had other ideas, and they're trying to mount a small stand before this drive reaches the end zone.
Here's 2nd and 10. Up the middle with Barkley. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. So play number 10 now coming. It's been a long opening drive, but this is 3rd down. He finds his tight end, Goedert. That's complete. And he'll take it into the end zone for an Eagles touchdown. Dallas Goedert with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Eagles get the upper hand as they're on the board first here this afternoon. Elliott good with a PAT. And it's now a 7-0
after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And no chance to see a return on the dynamic kickoff. They'll move this out to the 30-yard line. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. They'll run. Here's Devon Achane. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. Achane here. They stay on the ground. And he'll get this to about the 34, a gain of just 3. You look at this Eagle defense. They were very solid last week in the victory over Baltimore.
I don't know what the actual percentages are. I don't know the analytics on when you create 5 turnovers or takeaways in a game. But coaches have always told me, when you create a number that high, your chances of winning probably up over 98%.
Now a 3rd and 6. Young. He'll get this complete to the rookie first-round pick. And he is going to have a Panthers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Plenty of things to talk about here, partner, but to me, their defense gave up a touchdown on the first drive. How about how they're responding, coming back? That's a big 3rd down pickup to keep their drive alive.
Now Achane on 1st and 10. And across the midfield stripe into Eagle territory. Milton Williams there on the tackle. Now this defense for the Eagles, they were very solid last week in the victory over Baltimore.
And I'm eager to see the game plan and try to attack them this week, because when you take it away 4 times through interceptions, what do you do now when you go into a game? Do you decide you can't throw the ball? Do you try and run it more? Or do you tell your quarterback, make sure you see your guys open before you deliver?
Now 3rd down and 7. Up the middle, Achane. And he'll get this into enemy territory, but not by much, as he's down to the 48. And no move to get the offense off the field. They're going on 4th and 5. How about this? They'll change it at the line. Young to throw on 4th. And he's brought down. Can't do anything with a football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. And the Panthers turned away on 4th down. And that will force a turnover on downs. Throwing is Hurts. He'll get this one complete. That's A.J. Brown. And he is out of bounds inside the 30.
And his play caller does a nice job of giving him an easy throw to start this drive, and he takes advantage of it. The completion sets up a manageable 2nd down.
Here's Hurts to throw. And that's going to be caught for an Eagles touchdown. Devontae Smith, 29 yards. And the Eagles are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Elliott good on the extra point, and it's now 14-0. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And not willing to risk a return. This ball's going to come out to the 30-yard line. This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. They've been outplayed early, no question. Down 14-0 already as they come up 1st and 10. And he is going to wind up losing yardage here, as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. Panther football to start quarter number 2, as they've got it with a 2nd and 13 forthcoming. Running right, here's Acham. Down the sideline he goes. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. 44 yards now on the ground on just 7 carries.
Another fine carry from the NFL's rushing leader, and quarterbacks typically dominating the MVP balloting, but I think you got to give this guy serious consideration, don't you?
I agree totally. I mean, he's leading the league in rushing, and let's face it, partner, the running back renaissance in the NFL, it's real, and it's really helping teams along the way. He's a prime example. Got to give him strong consideration for MVP talk.
Young here, you can see changing the play. And they'll run on 1st down with Hubbard.
And down right around the 32-yard line, 4 yards on the pickup.
I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. Wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
Rush coming, and he's taken down.
Still needing 10 yards. Now it's 3rd down. Now Young.
Well, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Like what I see so far out of this defense, because they've been showing their best coverages on 3rd down. So far, only allowed 1 conversion on a handful of attempts. One area of their game plan that they've executed to perfection.
And no move to get the offense off the field. Despite failing once, they're going to go again here on 4th down. From the shotgun, it's Young. A hit as he throws, and this is going to be incomplete. Well, down 2 touchdowns already. I guess they felt they needed to go for it, but still early, still first half.
I think conventional wisdom says, look, as you point out, you got a whole half to play. Hang in there. Don't give up any more points in this situation. Do a little adjusting at the half and come out ready to go. But sometimes those coaches can just sense their team. Maybe they're a little flat or they need a little extra inspiration, and he decided to go for it there to try and kickstart things. That was an interesting look there, because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them, and I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete.
And oh, look at that, a diving catch. He had the touchdown earlier. This one's going to get him a first down.
When you're a player of his stature, you don't just circle the games on your team's calendar. You
circle the Pro Bowl?
Without a doubt. That's a game that you just figure you're going to be in each and every year. And it's because of catches like that. That's why he goes.
Off the play fake. Here's Hurts.
And that'll be knocked away. It's incomplete.
Quarterbacks work all the time on manipulating the defense with their eyes and their head movement. In this case, he just stared the receiver down. That allowed for excellent coverage, able to knock that one away.
Now they'll change things around before the snap.
Barkley, inside handoff. Yeah, he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. 12 yards is the pickup. Good for an Eagle first down. The running game fully in sync, 1-11 on that play.
And sometimes it comes from the offensive coordinator, understanding what he thinks the defense is going to do and dialing up the perfect play. Sometimes the quarterback, though, can look at the defense, realize he needs to change it to a run, and that gets it done in a big way as well.
They keep it with Barkley on first down, and they will only muster a yard here to the 38.
38-yard line, 2nd and 9.
Back to throw. That is caught. It's the tight end got it. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Panthers' 19. A good pickup there of 20 yards.
So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20.
They'll set up to throw.
He delivers another to Goddard, complete.
And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Dallas Goedert with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half.
And the Eagles take a 3-touchdown lead.
Elliott good with a PAT. And that makes the score 21-0. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away.
And we will not have a return. They'll bring this to the 30.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive.
Well, CD, you kind of feel like they're in a bit of a danger zone right here because now you're down 3 scores, and I know we're in the first half, but the way this offense hasn't been able to generate anything, you feel like they probably need to get something going on this drive, right?
Yeah, and sometimes I overuse that this is an important possession, but I think this has to be the possession where they come up with an answer because only a few teams in league history have ever come back from a 4-score deficit. And if they don't score here, that's what they could be facing the next time they get the ball.
Pressure comes, and down he goes. The Eagles get there for the sack. The Panthers on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 14. Now Young. Looking deep downfield. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
They decided the opportunity was there and launched a deep ball, but he was unable to get away from the defender. Couldn't create space, couldn't uncover at the end of the route, and that one winds up incomplete.
On is the punter Hecker as he gets this one away. Fielded just inside the 20. 1:58 left to play till we hit halftime. A reminder that when halftime rolls around, Jonathan Coachman will have all the highlights and analysis of this first half of play from our studios in Orlando. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go.
Right now, everything they touch turns to gold. This is their 4th possession. Touchdowns on their first 3 possessions. I mean, this defense, they can't seem to stop them. It's like they're on skates.
Great analogy, Brandon, because they are pushing them back and winning everything at the line of scrimmage. They've just been laying down tracks towards the opposite end zone. So to themselves, all they're saying is, if we don't make a mistake, there's no way they can stop us.
Throwing on 2nd and long.
Hurts.
Got a man. It's Brown.
And now a pause because we've got A.J. Brown dinged up on that last play, and they're going to have to get some medical attention to him. So here's a 3rd and 14.
They'll look to throw.
Target is to Dotson, and he's got him.
And he's going to be taken down at the 39, clearly short of the first by a few yards.
One of the money routes for any offense, the drag route. So tough to defend because the receiver can stop at any point and make himself available to the quarterback and get a completion. But I love the communication we saw there. All the defenders pointing out the receiver where he was going, and then they were able to rally to the ball after the catch and stop him short of a first down.
This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. And Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive, and they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, and this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp and at least one practice each week before a game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room just a little more animated.
And they just get the play off. Now Young. This one thrown underneath to Achane.
And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. The Panthers going to use the second of their timeouts.
So as they talk it over, we step aside.
Now that's the kind of big play you'd like to see. This first half, it hasn't gone their way, and they could use a shot in the arm, something to perk them up a bit. And they get one here in the passing game.
Out of the gun, it's Young.
That one complete to Leggett. And he was able to shed one tackle but could not get away from there. 2nd and 5. Young going to give it up on the touch pass. Well, a great read by the secondary. They come up to stop that touch pass before it can even get back to the line.
And the Eagles with a dime look. 6 DBs on 3rd down. It'll be Young again.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete.
And he will take it across for a Panthers touchdown.
Xavier Leggett.
63 yards.
And the Panthers are on the board here in the final minute of the first half. Well, Charles, he's still a young signal caller in this league, 2nd year in the NFL. And I don't know if last year as a rookie, if he would have worked through his progressions like he did on that touchdown pass.
I think you're right about that. We're seeing him grow up right in front of our eyes because when he went to his primary read, he recognized that they were all over that. So he continued to survey the field, picked up another target, delivered a pass exactly where it needed to be. A very mature play for the 2nd-year quarterback.
And able to get this out to the 25.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive.
And with a 2-score lead already, they may just look to get this thing to the locker room. Complete, it's Dodson.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Now the Eagles will use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in this first half. One play has them up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. And incomplete on the deep ball.
I know we're just in the 2nd quarter and there's a ways to go in this game, but that's a 2nd drop. I'm wondering if that's a little bit of an alarm bell for them when they start calling plays on the offensive side of the ball.
His eyes already looking upfield on that last one before he brought it in. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. And that is incomplete, stopping the clock with 5 seconds to go.
You're down 2 touchdowns. You just know defensively you absolutely have to come up with a big play. That nearly was one right there.
Looked over at the sideline immediately after the drop and just saw the dejection. They felt it. They thought he had it. Unfortunately, couldn't come up with it. That is caught. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. And that'll do it for the end of the second quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. The Panthers going to get the football first, trailing here as well as we resume play in this second half. And no return forthcoming. It'll be a touchback. And the third quarter will start from the 30. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. By no means certainly are they out of this contest. 2-score game start of the third quarter, but you feel like if they don't get points and then they give up points, then it can become a slippery slope. This feels like an important possession.
Yeah, and that slope becomes even more slick if you come away empty-handed on this drive, because then you give them a chance to extend their lead. You need some kind of points here, even if it's just a field goal. It's what I call one of those calming drives. Try and slow things down a little bit.
Zach Bond there on the tackle.
Defenses always talk about earning the right to rush the passer on third down, and you know what offenses want? Win first down so they can set things up for themselves better.
And that wasn't helpful there. Not a big impact on first down. A run straight ahead with Achane. And the defense closes quickly there. He'll get maybe a yard to the 33. The third down now. Those last 2 plays indicative of how things have gone for them. Just nowhere to go on the ground and struggling to put up points. Young working out of the gun. He's got his target. That's complete. And he is going to have a Panthers first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
And that's the kind of play this offense needs to maybe kick them into gear a little bit. They've been stuck in neutral much of the game. Perhaps that can give them a little bit of confidence that big plays are out there.
And he's fortunate to get anything from that. Give him a yard up to the 49. They work now on 2nd and 9. Again, it's Achane. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. This will be a loss of 3 and now a much tougher third down looming.
But these guys going to chop into that deficit. They got to do a much better job in the run game. Caught behind the line of scrimmage, no yardage to be found.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. Young to throw it. And he knocks the ball away and it falls incomplete.
Well, if they have any designs of getting back into this football game in the second half, they're going to need to be much sharper offensively than they were on this opening possession. Not much happening here, and it'll lead to a fourth down.
And problems spreading to the punt team now. This one goes all the way into the end zone on the fly, so that'll come back to the 20. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. They'll start out on the ground. It's Saquon Barkley. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
Hurts. And that's going to be incomplete.
Well, after watching him ring the bell that many times and put the ball in the end zone throwing it, you had to figure they had to bring some type of pressure. They had to change things up on defense.
And able to get to him, put him on the ground, so maybe just something to throw him off a little bit.
Yeah, that had to feel a lot better for the defensive guys. They've been getting carved up in this one. To finally knock him on the ground and force an incompletion, that's got to be a sigh of relief.
Hurts sets up to throw it.
Complete. Smith has it. And he's going to be taken down here still a couple yards short of the first. The Eagles send out their punter now as he'll punt it away for the second time. And he'll get this away into the icy winter air. Here's Jones. Fights loose. That's going to go in the books as a 55-yard punt. Well done. And the Panthers will take over now, 1st and 10. This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go.
The last series for them, a little disappointing, forced to punt. And now they'll try to do better here and come away with some points as they begin this drive, 1st and 10. Here's Achane to start the drive.
And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Running left, Achane.
Oh, and now some space to operate. And he gets us to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out.
83 yards rushing now for the NFL leader coming into this ball game.
So from Philadelphia territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 43. Young.
All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted.
Chauncey Gardner-Johnson with a pick.
Down to the 10.
And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Eagles defense gets a pick-6 TD. Elliott on for the extra point. He knocks it through. It's 28-7. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick-6. And now the kick is away.
And no run back forthcoming, so this will come out to the 30.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive.
I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
Ball on the 35. Here comes 2nd and 5.
Looking to throw, Young. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Give him 15 there, and the Panthers have a 1st down.
A give, running right, Achane.
And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
Good yardage there on 1st down. Exactly what you want. Get yourself set up to keep making 1st downs, keep the clock running. And if they're smart, you're starting to milk the clock. No hurry before you run your 2nd down play.
Right back to Achane on 2nd down.
And he fumbled it. It's on the ground. And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the...
So possession still theirs, but now they face a 3rd down. They'll run for it with Achane.
And he got blown up. Losing yardage on the play back at the 44. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out.
They'll go. Achane.
And boy, is he close. Did he get there? No, they're going to say he's short of the line to gain. And the Panthers turned away on 4th down. And the Eagles defense able to hold.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. Well, the win for them at this point seems pretty assured. I mean, still a decent amount of time left here in the 4th quarter, Charles, but you got the football. You're up 3 scores. They have to be feeling really good about where they're at.
I love your observation skills, partner, because I think you saw them charge onto the field fired up about another chance to get into the end zone. Looks to me like this group is ready to crush any hope left on the opposing sideline, and they want to do it with some gusto, too.
Throwing is Hurts.
This short throw caught by Goddard. And he'll be corralled out across midfield down to the 45.
Now Hurts changing up the play.
On 1st down, he'll drop to throw. Open man is Goddard, the tight end. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20.
So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20. Here's Hurts to throw.
Touchdown! Saquon Barkley from 19 yards away.
And the Eagles add on to their lead, and it's looking like that win streak is going to extend another week.
Elliott good on the extra point, and that'll increase their lead to 28. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away.
And no run back here. That's going to be a touchback, and we'll bring it out to the 30-yard line.
This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go.
The drive starts with a run from Achane.
And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. Well, the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14.
They'll swing this out wide. Here's Achane.
And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down. The Panthers on 3rd down. They've converted 3 times in 8 chances. Here it's 3rd and 3.
They'll give this to Achane.
And he's got the 1st down yardage before he's brought down at the 42.
A give left side. Here's Achane.
And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. Touchdown, Carolina.
Devon Achane
with another touchdown, number 24 on the year.
And the Panthers get a small measure of revenge as they cut into this 4th quarter deficit. Piñeiro's extra point up and good.
And that'll cut the lead back down to 21. Now after the touchdown, here's Piñeiro to kick it off.
And a decent return out to the 27-yard line.
Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go.
As they try to finish things off in this 4th quarter, and that current 5-game win streak looking like it's going to go to 6.
So their task a little bit more difficult now. 2nd and 13 that they're walking up on. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Well, 4th quarter with a 3-score lead here, Charles, but they're still going back to the air and looking for more points.
Well, with this game well in hand, it's an opportunity for the guys to come off the bench and get a chance to play. And a lot of coaches, they want to run their full playbook no matter who's on the field.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw.
That's caught. It's the former Colt, Paris Campbell. And he is going to have an Eagles first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Well, normally you might say start running the football. You've got the lead here in the 4th quarter, but the way that they passed it with such success, I don't know, maybe keep throwing it.
Yeah, I think you brought up something that goes against conventional wisdom, right? In this stage of the game, you would think you would switch to a running attack, but you're exactly right. They've thrown it so well throughout the game, and trusting this quarterback, I think he continued to do so.
And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Well, they're up comfortably here, Charles, but that lead certainly not dissuading them from pressing the envelope late. I mean, if anything, with these passes, it's like they're getting more aggressive to try to drive the ball downfield.
And that will certainly lend itself to some post-game questions for that coach, and maybe you and I should attend that press conference and see what he has to say, because someone's going to ask him why he continued to push it. My guess, he didn't like how some of the snaps were run earlier, and he wanted to use that as a chance to clean things up, but he certainly will have some explaining to do.
Now Hurts going to shift him around a bit.
Again, he'll drop to throw. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Well, their passing attack, even though that one was incomplete, has been really sharp in this one. It's resulted in a lot of touchdowns, and it looks like they're not going to stop throwing the football until the very end of this one.
Well, that will certainly make everyone involved on offense pretty happy, because that gives them all a chance to pad their stats a bit. But as far as the actual need, you and I both know they can just run this clock out, because this one, it was over a long time ago.
Oh, he'll want that one back. Incomplete. He doesn't drop too many in that department. 3rd down.
We know it's not an easy job to go out and catch passes when people are trying to tackle you and knock the ball away. But the bottom line is, that's a pass he's got to have and a pass he should have caught.
Here comes the 8th play of the drive, and they need a full 10 yards on 3rd down.
Throwing from the gun, it's Hurts. Able to find the open man. That's complete.
And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Panthers' 26. It's a gain of 22 as we tick towards the 2-minute warning. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Eagle football here as we get you reset. And you'd have to figure they're just looking to burn these final 2 minutes away and get out of here with a victory.
From the gun, it's Hurts.
Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
It sort of looks like they still have some fight in them on this series, because it seemed like things were headed for the red zone. But if this defense gets 2 more stops, they can keep them out of that area.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Now it looks like he'll throw here. It's caught. Smith. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. They'll look to throw again. Touchdown, Eagles.
Paris Campbell,
his first touchdown on the year.
And the Eagles stretch this 4th quarter lead even further, and they are closing in on win number 12 of the season.
Elliott good with a PAT, and that'll increase their lead to 28. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away.
And no chance to see a return on the dynamic kickoff. They'll move this out to the 30-yard line. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive.
They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride?
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, "Who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time." But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue to move forward.
Yeah, probably just want to put this one behind them. Young's incompletion on first down leads to a 2nd and 10.
On the handoff, it's Achane.
And he's got some space here. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45.
Boy, 184 yards rushing now as he's done it on 22 carries.
Young now. Blitz coming, and down he goes.
Dropped for a loss of 7 by multiple defenders.
Guys with his talent in the pocket aren't supposed to be getting hit like this, and you know an intense conversation with the offensive line is going to occur after this one. Might not be from him, but the offensive line coach will have plenty to say about this game.
And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line.
I think this offense, specifically this running game, they're going to have to find a way to turn the page because they haven't found a way to run it effectively thus far, and it's cost them.
On 3rd down, Achane.
And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. And one of the whistles for a timeout. So they'll stop the clock here in a game that's been decided in the closing seconds.
No choice but to go. Here's 4th down now.
They'll try and run for it. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. Well-executed 4th down conversion.
Yeah, I know this will surprise you. I've actually done a little bit of reading lately, and all the analytics say that you should go for it more on 4th down. I think someone has referred back to their analytics coach. Maybe he's got a pipeline into the booth because that was a really good play call.
And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8.
And as this defense walks off the field, they can do so with their heads held high.